Hansworm hat, this is a hoax I haven't talked about in a long time. People don't really climb Mount Everest. They don't. They lie about it. And it's actually a really, really recent lie. People, even I, thought that this would have been something that they claim happened in the 1800s. No, 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 this is really recent that they claim this happened. From Reddit, 1953, Edmund Hillary, or Hillary Edmund, and Tenzing Norgay were the first human beings to ever reach the summit of Mount Everest. This is the only proof. It is a photo that Hillary took of Norgay with his axe. Norgay offered to take one of Hillary, but he declined. They stayed at the summit for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, they got their 15 minutes of fame. Do you notice anything wrong with this photo? Clean. Why so clean? You're telling me that somebody made it all the way to the top of Mount Everest and they don't have a speck of snow on them, no frost. It's just a staged photo. They do this foreground, background thing all the time. You're looking at some mocked up fake summit on the bottom with the actor, and then they just put a large panoramic mountain range photograph in the background. Two photos combined. And they make sure their symbolism gets in there. There's a perfect triangle right here for the pyramid. But look how clean, so clean. And it doesn't even look that well insulated. And it's just fake. Everything that you get presented is fake. They want you to think that they've been to the bottom of the ocean. They want you to think that they've already climbed the top of the mountain. Not only that they've climbed to the tallest mountain. They want you to think that 1 million people do it. Oh, it's super common. It's the same thing with everything. Their MO, it transcends all aspects of society. This reminds me of people that claim to be these amazing free climbers. Oh, I free climbed El Capitan. You watch a documentary, it's just a bunch of emotional garbage and quick cinematic clips. They never show you start to finish somebody free climbing El Capitan. You get a really emotional story and you get some clips here and there. And it's because it's just fake. You're living in a fake reality. Masons love selling you a story, telling big tales. Free martins will lie to you about the size of a fish they caught. What do you think is stopping people from outrageous claims like this? Oh, I'm the first one to climb up Mount Everest. I don't have a speck of snow on me. I think I explained that enough. You can tell it's an old photo because there are not a lot of people lined up for a shot. That's a lie that they tell you. Oh, there's so many people climbing up Mount Everest. It's just a continuation of this lie. They just want you to think that it's a common thing. Do you know anybody that claims to go up to Mount Everest? Only really rich trannies. The only ones that I know are like dentists, where they have a photo, they get a photo, like a plaque on the wall. Went to base camp. And they probably they're telling you a story. When they probably climb to a certain point and then the Sherpas just say, okay, well, this is as far as we go and we're gonna turn around now. And the people, if they even make it that far, it's probably really, really hard to do this stuff. So most people probably get to base camp and they're like, oh, that's good, I'm good. But the ones that really think it's real and they go up, there probably just becomes a point where they're like, yeah, you made it to the point. We don't go farther than this. If you go farther than this, you're going to die. And yeah, nobody really climbs Mount Everest. It's like they've now invested $50,000 to go to Mount Everest and do the climb. They actually made it to the point where they're not going to go any further. And okay, now they get illuminated with the secret. Or maybe they already knew. And they knew it's just they go there for a photo op. And then part of the deal is you get to take fake summit photos. I'm sure that there's a studio somewhere near Everest where they have a fake little crag where you can stand and do something like this. If there really were tons of people lining up at the top, there would be tons of footage out there of the top of Mount Everest. Look for GoPro footage of Mount Everest and you'll see that it's few and far between and it's very dodgy. You can tell that the background is like flat. It's just a green screen and CGI. But if there really were droves of people climbing Mount Everest, we would have so much footage, GoPro footage, tons of it, but it doesn't exist. And then whatever, this is always, oh, this isn't the only proof. There were 400 other team members. Okay, whatever, Masons. They try to pretend like all of their stuff is so true. You can't possibly deny this stuff, even though if you just look at the photograph, there's no snow. There is no snow on the people. It's BS. I picked these because they love arguing over the minutia. Well, who got to the top first? Was it this guy? Was it that guy? Was this person humble about it, or were they actually not humble? It was just that this other person didn't know how to use a camera. Do you see how they talk up all these minor details rather than just sitting back and saying it's bullshit, somebody's hoaxing you? They didn't really climb the mountain. Talking about the coats, back when you actually had to climb the mountain yourself rather than being carried up on a... Do people really think that they can carry you up Mount Everest? No, it's... You pay a bunch of money and they take you on a tour, you eventually get to a point and you just stop. They can't... They're not going to drag you up Mount Everest. Do people really believe this? If it really was a really easily obtainable thing, we all would know somebody who has been up there. The only people that claim to go to Mount Everest, they're all obviously highly illuminated individuals and tranny face, all that stuff, and they're liars. So nobody climbs Mount Everest to the top. God bless everybody.